Hello and welcome to this lecture, which I title Key Terms to Learn in this lecture series. Below are some key terms the student should learn and understand as he or she progresses through this course. The first term to know is architectural framework. Architectural frameworks are logical representations of a corporation's technology infrastructure defined in terms of components, relationships, management, and scope of systems services provided. An architectural principle, sometimes termed as a best practice, an architectural principle is a management guideline statement that reflects the business and systems goals and objectives of the corporation. To qualify as an architectural principle, the statement must meet a number of criteria. These include: it must be relevant to the organization as a whole. It must be timeless, as long as the values and business goals of the organization remain unchanged. It must have traceability to the business values, objectives, and goals of the corporation. It must have a solid business rationale for its existence. And lastly, it must be actionable, that is to say, it can be translated into activities performed by individuals in the corporation or into the systems architectural design of the corporation. An architectural strategy. An architectural strategy is a physical technology deployment, management, or design statement used to define a corporation's strategic direction. An architectural strategy must have traceability to the goals, objectives, and principles or best practices of the corporation. It must have solid business and technology rationale for its existence. It must be actionable in terms of effort and time. It must have relevance to the organization as a whole, and it must take into account the current situation of the corporation in relation to achieving a target architectural vision. A logical data dictionary. This is stored in a repository. A data dictionary is used to rationalize and maintain standard data attribute definitions across an organization for the purposes of maximizing data integrity, data reusability, and integration between applications. Elements of a logical data dictionary would include attribute names, attribute descriptions, field or attribute length, attribute type, application source, application usage, business ownership, and steward. Data categorization definition. This is a logical definition of data in terms of its usage within the corporation. To complete this definition, data must be defined in terms of its location, such as process, application, and reports used or created in. It must be defined in terms of its type, whether it's operational, decision support data, or both. And it must be consistent in definition with the organization's logical data dictionary. Data distribution definition. This is a physical definition of data's location within the corporation. To complete this definition, logically categorized data is mapped to physical locations of need and applications that manage its use and availability at these physical locations. To define the physical distribution or replication strategies for this data requires the adherence to the rules defined within a corporation's data architectural frameworks, principles, and strategies. A repository. A repository is a methodology, a disk database location, and a management tool set similar to a library used to maintain and store and retrieve process models, data dictionary, programs, etc., created from and used to support architectural and application technology projects. To maintain relevancy and currency, process rigor is required at all systems design and development layers within the corporation. That is to say, architecture, business application design, and application data systems deployed and implemented. Elements of data structure. First, there would be data entity. A data entity is a logical collection of data attributes, fields of information, grouped together due to their similarity of purpose and relationship. A data attribute. Defined information collection fields within a computer system's application. Data characteristic. A group of rules and scope parameters that combined provide the definition of a data attribute. Elements of data distribution. Global. Data available across all enterprises or business entities, or next enterprise. Data shared by or available for an entire enterprise, business entity, or business unit. Local. Data shared by a limited group of individuals and work groups. And lastly, private. Data which is only owned and used by an individual, and this may be individually created or copied at a local, enterprise, or global data level. This sums up key definitions that will be used within this lecture series. That's all for this lecture. Bye for now.